Okay, here we go. Oh, this is Joe. We should have texted Joe and told him to join us.
All right, this meeting is now live on YouTube.
Thank you. It is 4 o'clock, so if we are ready, I would like to call the meeting to order. If I could have the roll call, please.
Peggy Bossy,
Here.
Paul Godwin,
Here.
Chris Huster,
Here,
Karen Kellums is absent, Dan Downey.
Here.
This meeting is being conducted by a majority of the members of Deer Park Community City School District Board of Education pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 3307-353. The purpose of the law and this meeting is to provide members of the public with an opportunity to express individual responses to the board's contemplated employment of Joseph Vetter in the position of teacher at Deer Park Junior Senior High School. The statute is silent with respect to the way in which this meeting should be conducted and appears to leave such matters to the discretion of the Board of Education. Accordingly, this meeting will be conducted as informally as possible. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic and our necessity to hold our meeting virtually, we have given prior notice to the public that they can address the board through our electronic questionnaire that is digitally linked to our virtual board meeting page on the district website. We will read each statement publicly as a Board of Education. The board will not condone any statements that are not based upon fact. Statements must be limited to the contemplated employment. Finally, as president of the board, I reserve the right to restrict inappropriate comments and the general procedure of the meeting. The members of the Board of Education will not entertain questions, respond to comments, or interrupt the public's opportunity to express concerns or make statements. Each person addressing the board, excuse me, through the electronic questionnaire shall identify himself or herself and his or her address. This meeting is required by law and is the right of the public, which this board understands and respects. So at this time, I want to let the board know that we have not had any questions in regard or comments in regard to the potential rehire of Mr. Joe Vetter. So I'll check it again towards the end of our next meeting just to make sure there aren't anybody hasn't done anything while we're conducting our meeting now, but there isn't anything. So we are going to move to adjourn this meeting if that's all right with everyone.
Move.
second,
All those in favor of adjourning the public meeting to consider rehiring a retired individual, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We are now going to move right into our virtual Board of Education meeting. So if I could please have a call to order. Melissa, if I could have the call to order.
Oh, we did the pledge.
Oh, this has call to order and then pledge.
Yeah, you just
I
called.
just called the
meeting
order.
to order.
I got you. My bad.
You got it.
Okay, let's stand for the pledge. Sorry.
that's okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and
to the republic for which it stands,
One
one nation,
under
under God,
indivisible, with
liberty and
for all.
justice for all.
Okay, now I've got this under control. Now I'd like a roll call, please.
Peggy Bossy,
Here.
Paul Godwin,
Here.
Chris Huster,
Here,
Karen Kellums is absent. She may be joining us later. Dan Downey.
I am here.
Awesome.
this meeting is a meeting of the Deer Park Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business. It is not to be considered a public community meeting. Due to the COVID-19 national pandemic, community input is being suspended for this meeting.
Thank you. May I have approval of the meeting agenda?
So move.
Second, okay.
All those in favor of approving tonight's meeting agenda, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. On to approval of minutes. We have May 5th, 2020 minutes.
So move.
Second.
Any questions or discussion on those minutes? All those in favor of approving the May 5th, 2020 minutes, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We have a motion to approve the May 19th, 2020 minutes.
So move.
Second.
Any questions or discussion about those? All those in favor of approving the May 19th, 2020 minutes, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. On to our May financial report.
Alrighty, so I'm just gonna touch on 4 spots here. So the 2500s, you'll see the fiscal support services. You see there's an increase between the same month this year and the same month last year. That's because we implemented the PeopleWorks HR district-wide software. So that's gonna make things a lot easier between onboarding the teachers and the staff and getting them into payroll and getting all that worked out a lot faster. We actually ran all of the new contracts this year through that software, so it's very exciting. The other one is the 2600s. That's the business support services. This was for the Amity network upgrades. One of the servers over there was installed in 2013, so that one definitely needed to be revamped and replaced. The next one is the 2900s. Now this just boils down to timing. The 2900s, that's Jake's communications budget. We had a purchasing deadline for the first time this May. So a lot of these expenditures came out in May because we had that deadline. So same kind of thing, he paid out his budget within his budget in May instead of in June. The 600s, that's our capital outlay. That includes the 35 physical staff devices. Most of them have actually been given out to the staff that they were for, but that was for the staff devices. We are doing them in sections, so we don't have to buy them all at once. So that's it for the monthly financial report for May of 2020.
A motion for approval. Thank you.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? All those in favor of approving the May 2020 financial report, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. On to your recommendations.
Alrighty, so I have the recommendation to authorize to invest. It's 2 of them, but it's 1 recommendation. It's for Star Ohio. This is for the regular stuff, AP, outstanding checks, and the regular and supplemental payroll. So we did the full amount this time. And Star Ohio Plus, we also had a redemption. That was moved from, I call it our safe holding tank, our safe haven, to our account we can actually utilize the money in. It takes 24 to 72 hours for it to transfer. So we needed to do it in preparation for transfers moving forward. So that's my recommendation to authorize to invest.
So moved.
So moves.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor of approving the authorization to invest with Star Ohio and Star Ohio Plus, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Alrighty, my next recommendation is to establish accounts. This is actually establishing a new fund for the tracking of the CARES Act revenues and expenditures per the Ohio Auditor of State. So this is a compliance piece that came straight down from the top, and we're going to go ahead and approve that so that we can track these.
So move.
Thank you.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? All those in favor of approving the new fund to track the CARES Act revenues and expenditures, please signify by stating aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
Alrighty, my next one is the interfund advances. So this is approved at the end of every fiscal year so that our accounts are not negative as we cross over into from this fiscal year to the next fiscal year. So it's actually going to be a little bit less than this. You'll see the reverse of the interfund advances at our next board meeting because we'll be in the new fiscal year then. But this is just to make sure that this worst case scenario for advances. We just want to make sure we cover any negatives that we may have.
So move.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? All those in favor of approving the interfund advances for fiscal year 20 into fiscal year 21, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Alrighty, my next recommendation is the final appropriations for FY20. This is really what we worked so hard for at the end of June to make sure that all of our numbers are where they should be. There are a few adjustments here. A lot of it came from budgets that weren't spent because the buildings were closed. A couple of these new increases, that was the safety grant that we got towards the end of the year since April, and the CARES funds. And you also see the summer food program there in 006.
Mhm.
So again, this is a compliance piece. We do this at the end of every fiscal year so that we can basically close that fiscal year.
So move.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? So Melissa, just clarifying for the public, this is why we try to hold this meeting as close to the end of the year as possible to have accurate information, correct?
That is correct. We try to get the most accurate information at the very end of June.
Okay,
Right.
thank you.
Our year ends June 30th.
Yes, tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow.
correct. All right, all those in favor of approving the final appropriations for fiscal year 2020, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right, my last recommendation for tonight is the temporary appropriations. So this is another compliance piece that basically says that we have money that we can budget and spend at as of July 1, which is the day after tomorrow. So this is just so that we can open the new FY21 fiscal year.
You.
So move. Second.
Any questions or discussion? All those in favor of approving the temporary appropriation for fiscal year 2021, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Shockingly enough, that's all I have for today.
Wow, good job.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right, so we move on to our agenda item 9, which is board discussion. Does anybody have anything they would like to discuss?
Did Governor say anything today?
Yes, he did.
Did he say anything of import today? Let's put it that way.
Well, he did discuss about how Hamilton County is up, hospitalizations up, that, you know, people need to be more careful. He said he's coming in on Thursday with some suggestions for school. I was kind of confused because I assumed everybody was waiting for that, but yet since Public posted something today of what they're doing, Mason posted what they're doing, and both of them are really kind of different. Mason says it's 2 kids per seat. Cincinnati Public says 1 per seat. They're doing a couple different scenarios every other week. So I was confused. I thought we were waiting for the governor to give us some kind of guided directions more on the safety perimeters. So, you know, I kind of thought the bus thing and just the idea of, it appears to me that they're very concerned about Hamilton County, and he actually said that he talked to the vice president about it today.
Okay.
Thanks for the update, Chris.
So I know we have not made any decisions. I know that the public is anxiously awaiting, but unfortunately, we just have to be patient and make sure we're making the best right decision based on all the guidance we're given. So I know that's a great concern of the community, which is understandable.
I did see that an excitement that they are starting on the new library for the TJ Maxx's. So, and they were tentatively looking for it to be open next February. Now, I don't know about that. And then the other thing I saw was that as far as books being with the germs on it. If their paperback books are like 3 days, and if their other books, they can just be a day. So because I don't know how our library is going to kind of end up working at school.
Right.
So they've been doing some testing on that.
Thank you.
Smile, gig.
All right, anybody else? All right, we
Nope.
do have need for an executive session to consider the compensation of a public employee or official. So we are going to leave the meeting at this time, and then we will be back once that is over to adjourn the meeting.
All right.
Thank you all very much.
Oh, we just need a motion and a second.
Oh, thank you.
Second,
Thank you.
All those, do we need to vote? That's what I thought. All those in favor of moving to executive session at this time, please signify by stating aye.
aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. This is Monday. This meeting is supposed to be on Tuesday, and I think I would really have it all under control.
Yeah.
Let's just say.
Let's leave it
All
at that,
right.
huh?
So we are now ready to leave. Is that okay, Melissa? We good to go?
Yeah, we're good to go.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, just waiting on a few more.
All right.
All right, I think we have everyone back. So if we could please have roll call again
Peggy Bossy,
here.
Paul Godwin,
Here.
Chris Huster,
Here.
Karen Kellums, absent, Dan Downey.
Here.
All right, we are all back and we are not making any decisions at this time. So we are ready to adjourn the meeting. So if I could have a motion.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning tonight's meeting, please signify by stating aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all for coming. And I guess board members, we will see you again. Our next scheduled meeting as of right now is July 21st.
Right.
All right,
Thank you. Have a safe, great Fourth.
take care.
Yeah.
Happy 4th.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.